Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with Joshua
and Janine.
And this is episode 5 for everyone, and we just pushed out episode 4 last week where we spoke about love and relationships, and we answered questions from our very own listeners, so thank you for sending them in. We did push out a poll after that episode because we did discuss about one certain subject, which was about who should be paying on first dates. Is it the male or is it the female? Is it the guy or the girl?
Or split.
Or split the bill. So from the poll that we pushed out on Instagram, we found out that 84% of our listeners actually suggest that men should be paying on the first date, which was quite weird for me, but we did get a few DMs in. And I wanted to ask Janine, because she never did speak about this actually. She never did answer this question, so I want to hear from her. What do you think about this question? What would you suggest?
Fine. It's a touchy subject again. And a lot of our listeners also sent in their DMs because we asked them, like, if your answer is not woman or man, then send us a DM. Most of them said split. Okay. But I would say, and I still believe that, because when you ask someone out on a date, usually it's men, right? Men ask women out for the first date, at least, right? Men.
But I've been asked out by women as well.
Okay, fine.
And I've ended up paying the bill for that, which was weird as well.
My rule is whoever asked the person out should be the one paying for the bill.
Okay.
But, which is mostly men. But women as well, we need to do our due diligence.
Right.
And just try and push, the bill. Not push, pull the bill and be like, hey, I got this. Or hey, how about we split the bill?
Okay, I would love that.
Yeah.
That would make me inclined to actually even pay for the bill in full.
Yeah, right? So now you'll be like, no, I got this. And then in your head, you're like, you better. Because come on, men. For me, I still believe that men should pay for minimum the first date. But women should at least try to persuade the man to be like, oh, should I pay half? Or, oh, I got this. Just for that wallet dance, as you said from the last episode.
The wallet dance.
But, the succeeding dates after that, it would be nice if you start going out exclusively for either to split the bill or just pay one after the other. So, for example, the man will pay this time around. The next time you go out, you pay for that.
Okay. So just alternate between the dates.
Yeah. I think it should be fair, right?
I think that is fair, actually, to be honest. So that brings us to another segment that we did start last week, which is our rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for today, we only have one each. I think
it's
going to be fun.
It'll still be rapid.
It'll still be rapid.
We still need to answer right away. No thinking. That's the rule of the game.
That is the rule. And just to clarify for all our listeners, like, none of us know each other's questions, so it's going to be very fun. Very fun, very
I'm trying to read it out of your face. I'm like, what is his question going to be?
You're not that good at reading my face.
Yeah, because your face is unreadable.
Your face is ugly.
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Read your question then.
Okay, I'm going to read... I was like, okay, I'll read my question. Turn up your volume, guys. Okay, so the first question, the only question that I have for Janine is, have you ever cut in line to get something done in a quicker manner?
Yes.
Okay, and do tell the listeners why, and myself, because I'm very curious.
It was for good reason, okay? I was late for a flight.
Okay.
And...
Wait, so it's a good reason because you were late for a flight? Makes sense.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that I would be that late.
Okay.
On that flight. It was from... I was flying from New York to LA.
Okay, hot shot. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Oh, I just have influencer gathering here at LA, guys.
I was just meeting my friends in LA.
Is that in LA? I don't even know.
I'm sorry, it wasn't LA, San Francisco. San Fran. Okay. New York to San Francisco. And I arrive in JFK airport and the line was so long. It was one of those snake lines. Okay.
Yeah, like the poisonous ones.
Yeah, it was poisonous. And I didn't understand why it took so long to get my boarding pass. Then I was like, I think I'm not going to make it through to the flight. I looked at the line to the gates and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to make it. So I tried to cut in line, but I asked.
Okay. So
okay, it's not like I just slotted myself in. So I asked him like, hi, I'm really late for my flight. Is it okay? And then that person was like, it's not me. It's also all of the people behind me. I'm like, do you really want me to ask every single person behind you? And then I asked like 2 to 3 people behind that guy, and they were like, it's fine, go ahead.
Okay, that's nice
And
of
I was
them.
just like, wow. And I thought they would be rude.
You know, I'll tell you why they weren't rude.
Why?
Because you're a girl. Same thing happened to me, and they were like, go away. You're going to miss your flight. And I did miss my flight.
No.
Yeah.
Man.
Because girls have
Where
it
were you
easy.
going?
I was going back to Dubai from Manila. Yeah, and I stood in every line. Like, I kept switching lines to see which one would move faster, but it never happened. And then...
See, what you could have done was looked for an officer as well and told them, hey.
I did that, and I broke out my most fluent Tagalog ever, and he was so impressed. And he was like... But he couldn't do anything to help me at the end of the day. The flight was already locked.
How
like they already
late
closed
were
the door.
you?
I was very late. You can blame Manila traffic for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but see, Manila traffic, you should always factor in 2 hours.
I did that. I factored in 4 hours.
Shoot.
But I couldn't find a Grab.
You came in from Quezon City?
From QC, yes.
Oof. All the way to Parañaque. Okay, I understand.
I factored in everything.
Oh, gosh.
But I didn't consider one thing, which was booking the Grab, and that was my fault.
Oh, no.
I should have booked one in advance.
So maybe we should explain to our listeners, because not all of them are from the Philippines.
Yes.
So Quezon City and Parañaque is like, I don't know, Sharjah in Dubai?
No, further. No, I think in distance.
Yeah.
Almost the same.
Almost the same.
Yeah, almost the same.
But now, because of the very heavy traffic in EDSA, which is like our Sheikh Zayed Road, it would take you 2 hours to get from point A to point B. No joke.
So there was one time where I had to go from Quezon City to SM Mega Mall area. What's that? Pasig?
Oh, don't ask me about Manila.
Okay,
boy,
so it was...
I'm not from Manila.
Okay, I'm too good for Manila. Ooh.
And it's not that.
It's the capital of half of your country. Okay?
Yeah, but I'm from the provincial area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm a province girl.
Okay.
Not really province. It's a city, but it's the outskirts of
Manila.
Not even. Like, we're 3-4 hours away from Manila.
Yeah, and you know that 3-4
I
hours
breathe
with...
fresh air.
What is that supposed to... I carry around the air purifier wherever I am in Manila.
Come on. Air quality in Manila is really bad.
Yeah, that's why they were wearing the masks before coronavirus.
It was normal.
It was normal. Like, okay, that guy's a surgeon or he hates the air here.
No,
but it does take a lot of time. Even because I checked the time between Quezon City and Pasig, and it was 11 kilometers. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That'll take me like 30 minutes. Took me 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
I fell asleep twice in the car.
Wait, this is
I
in a
celebrated a birthday in the car. Yeah, this is in the Grab.
Your birthday?
No, it was the driver's birthday. I brought him cake. I managed to get out of the car,
Stop,
buy him
it was
cake.
his birthday?
No, I was kidding.
Okay.
That's the time was so
I'm
long.
so
Time
gullible.
stood still. I know. And I can see it in your face. You're like, wow.
It's your birthday? No, it's not. It's your driver's birthday? No, it's not.
But yeah, but that's the story of I think you can maybe cut in line when you really have a good excuse to.
Yeah. Just apologize. Be apologetic about it. Don't be that person who pretends that nothing wrong is happening and then you suddenly just slide into the line and you're like, sorry, excuse me, line is back there.
Yeah. I've never done that though. I'm very...
Yeah, me too.
I've
if there's a queue, if there's a queue, I would... Oh, you mean like if someone's cutting in front of you?
Yeah, and if he cuts in, then I'm just like... I just act really angry from the back, but I don't do anything.
Stop.
Yeah, I've never said anything straight to their face.
That happened to me once or twice as well, but I guess the older I get, I would say the braver I am at calling out people. So now when people cut in front of me, I'll be like, excuse me, the line starts back there. Ooh.
I haven't seen the side of Janine yet, so...
Yeah.
Guys,
try cutting
any
in
of our
line in front of
listeners,
me.
try cutting us one day and then let's see how Janine handles that situation.
Yeah. I think it's one of the most disrespectful things that you can do.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, that's the worst thing you could do.
Let's move to our next rapid fire question, which is my question.
Go for it. I'm nervous.
Let's say you're in a mall.
Yes.
No one's around. Mm-hmm. You're walking, looking at your phone.
Right.
And then suddenly you see a 500 dirham bill on the floor.
Yes, I would take it.
I'm not yet done with my question.
What's your question? Okay, go.
No one's around. So you look around. You're like, no one's around. Who dropped this 500 dirham bill on the floor? First question is, would you take it? You answered it already.
I would take it, definitely.
Second question is, would you put it in your pocket or would you go to the customer service and be like, hey, found this on the floor. Would you like to look at your CCTV cameras and check who dropped it? Or maybe someone would come back for it.
No, I would spend it immediately. If I saw 500 dirhams on the floor, I would go to the shop right beside it and spend it. Just so like whenever someone catches me in the act or says, sir, did you find 500? I'm like, yeah, I did, but I already spent it. And there's nothing much they can do at that moment.
Okay, that's
Were you expecting that answer or no?
Today. No. I was expecting you to say, you know what? I'll pick it up, but I'll give it to the customer service and ask them to keep this until someone asks for a lost and found of 500 dirham bill.
No, I'll tell you why. Because I've lost money myself. And maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is the universe's way of telling me, this is yours, son. Like, thanks.
God.
Thanks, God, for this blessing me with 500 dirhams on this beautiful Monday morning where I should have been in work, but instead I'm in the mall. So already 2 rules broken. Yeah, but that would honestly be my answer. I would take it.
Okay, and you'll spend it.
But I'll really make sure that no one's around. What I would do first is step on it, drag it to like I'm safe in a corner, and then like drop something like maybe my wallet, and then pick it up along with my wallet.
Sneak it into your wallet.
In my wallet. I've said wallet like 9 times now.
Yeah. How many wallets do you have?
I don't have a wallet. I just keep it in my pocket, actually.
So you'll drop your pocket. Meaning
which doesn't loosely translate to me dropping my pants.
I was just
I'm a crazy guy in the mall without pants, just walking around.
Dragging your pants. Because you have to drag it.
Like, this guy's really gangster.
Why are his pants riding so low?
There's a 500 dirhams under his pants.
Wow, he must be one of those rich rappers.
Definitely. J Swag. J Money. I would choose. If I was ever to be a rapper, I would actually debate between those 2 names, J Swag or J Money.
But since you got the 500 dirhams.
So J Swag. No, J Money, definitely. If I had the 500, my life
would change.
Complete 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very unethical, I would say.
But it's not wrong.
What does your heart tell you to do?
Oh, I would feel guilty the whole time, but I would feel better after I buy something from it. So I'm like, okay, win-win. Honestly,
you'll tell your heart to shut up and just shove it with material things, right? Yeah. Nice. For today's episode, we're talking about unethical life hacks. So we were going through Reddit and we were exchanging a couple of funny, but maybe
borderline illegal, I would say.
Yeah. I would say borderline illegal. Some of them.
No, I think whatever we have actually will not send us to jail at the end of the day.
Technically.
But you would feel bad inside.
I know. Some of them you're just like, maybe that's pushing it a bit too much.
Yeah.
Hence why we're calling it unethical. Because it's not illegal as of yet, but also it's not something you will be proud of doing.
Yeah.
So
like you wouldn't go home and tell your mom, today I did this thing.
Exactly. So you want to start with the list?
Yeah, I would love to start. The first one. Actually, I would love to do all of them because I feel myself doing all of these things on a daily basis. I'm serious.
That's not you.
It is not me, but I would love to be that bad boy and just be like, you know what? The system has already messed with us. Let's get back at the system and riot against the system and get what we deserve as.
Yeah, try talking the talk because all I hear is talk.
You know what?
Guys, this will never happen, by the way. Josh is like the kindest human being ever. He talks about him being a bad boy and all that. Not at all. He kind of looks like a bad boy, I would say, because of his tattoos. But he is
tattoos and maybe my because I put my cap backwards, so that also gives a bad boy
your style
vibe.
Probably your style, your skater boy style. He's so proud of me calling him a skater boy, guys.
That's my persona, guys. That's why.
But
I ride or die.
He's like the biggest teddy bear ever.
No, guys, come on. Who are you gonna believe? Janine, who doesn't know anything, or me, who's very true to my word?
Okay, go ahead. Let's talk about our unethical.
Okay, I think you should start it off.
Okay, fine.
Because I don't remember what it is, the first one. I just, because the first one, he just wrote coffee. And I'm like, what is coffee?
Guys, we're going off of our show notes, and number one just says coffee, and he's like, You know what? We've gone through this whole spiel. I don't know why he's prolonging his whole. Now I understand. You could just wave at me and tell me, Janine, I don't know what number
I just
one
read the word
is.
coffee, and I'm like, what did we talk about? Like, don't drink it.
Okay, guys, let's talk about number one.
Okay, you go first.
So, an ethical life hack number one is if you'd like to get free coffee without paying for it, go into a busy coffee shop. I'm not going to name names, but example, Starbucks. And then go into the section where you will collect the drinks and start being a Karen.
Okay.
And start saying, I've been waiting for my drink for 10 minutes now. Like, I don't know where it is. And then, of course, they're going to start offering the drinks that they've already made. Like, is it the vanilla frappuccino with whipped cream on top? And you're like, yes, finally. And then you take the drink and then you leave the Starbucks and you have a free drink.
I would 100% do that as well. I think I would love to try it, actually.
This is quite a funny hack.
Okay, I think that might be illegal because you're technically stealing someone else's
That's true.
drink.
Yeah.
But who's gonna send you to jail because you took someone else's coffee?
Whoever owned that coffee.
Yeah, that is true.
And then they can see you on the CCTV.
Mm-hmm. Just never go back to that same coffee shop ever again, guys. I think that's the key takeaway if you ever try that. But one thing I would like to say though is that's really good customer service from the coffee shop if they ever did that. Like they realized, okay, we made a mistake, even though it wasn't intended.
Yeah.
But they would compensate you in a way with, okay, like with a whatever coffee's there available, and then maybe they'll make another one for the another guest.
Yeah. Another one.
You played yourself. Okay, so that what was coffee was about.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now you understand.
The second one says... Okay, so guys, this is another life hack, another unethical life hack that we read, which I think is very funny as well. It's if you check into a hotel, let's say you're doing a staycation now because you can't really leave the country, and you want to check yourself into a nice hotel. You know, maybe you choose one of something like Atlantis or something. You go into the room, you check in and everything, but bring with you a dead cockroach. So, having said that, what you do with the dead cockroach, you leave it on the floor somewhere. Okay, then you call room service, is it?
Yeah.
You call room service, have them come over and say,
or the
guys,
concierge.
Or the concierge, yeah. And I say, sorry, I really love the room, but there's one problem. There's a dead cockroach on my floor. And that will get the hotel like shaken up, because first of all, they would definitely do regular pest controls and stuff.
Of course.
And if they know there's a dead cockroach in the room, they would do anything to compensate for that mistake.
Yeah.
Like they might give you an extra day, might give you full access to the amenities or free dinner or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
They would do something for sure. You know what? I wanted to talk about something that involves cockroach.
Okay.
I was on a flight.
Okay.
I'm not going to name the airline.
Was it from New York to San Francisco? No. That's your only flight.
It was a shorter flight. It was a 5-hour flight. So I was with my friend.
Can I guess it? The airline?
Yeah. But no, let's not guess it. I don't want to badmouth any airlines.
Wait. I'll ask you in private.
Okay.
No. I guessed it wrong. Okay.
So I was with Lana, my good friend, and I was seated, and then she suddenly screams, and she's like, "There's a cockroach on your head." Not on my head, but like on my headrest. And I was like, what? She's like, "There's a cockroach," in Arabic. "There's a cockroach on your headrest." And she slaps it with a tissue or something. First of all, I was very surprised that she slapped it with her bare hands with a tissue, because she'll never do that. So thanks, Lana, for saving my life. Second, I was very shocked that there was a cockroach in this airplane.
Okay.
And so Lana, being herself, she called the stewardess and she's like, "There's a cockroach." And I wrapped it in the tissue paper and slid it into, you know, those pouches in front of you where they put in the magazines.
Yeah.
So I put it in there, and then she called the cabin crew member and she's like, "There's a cockroach." And the cabin crew member was like, "What?" She's like, "There's a cockroach on the headrest of my friend. And she's like, show her. So I had to take the tissue, open it up, trying to be obedient, This is the cockroach. I opened up the tissue to reveal the swatted dead cockroach. I'm like, this is the dead cockroach. She's like, oh, that's very weird. That never happens. But she never tried to compensate us with, you know what, we'll upgrade you to business class for that. Nothing. Not even like, we'll give you an extra meal. Nothing. She just apologized. And I don't want to make a big deal about it because what am I going to do, right?
I think I've seen this movie though.
But I feel like if I was a Karen about it, I would get something out of it.
I think if you made a bigger deal, because you were like what you said, you were very timid and you just unfolded a tissue.
Yeah.
If you made a big deal, brought out your camera, and started filming that whole incident, I think people would have.
But see, that's the thing. Like, who would want to go through the whole drama just to get a little something out of it? Why?
There was a whole movie based on this. Snakes
based on a cockroach?
Plane.
That's snakes on a plane. Come on.
So this is worse. Cockroaches.
It's one.
It's the scum of the earth. But before we move on, because since we're on the topic of hotels, one quick suggestion as well, maybe you can try. When you write in your name, like when you check in, put the word doctor. Because I think that really helps with your street cred. And then they're like, oh, we have a doctor checking in the hotel. Let's upgrade him.
They might
and they won't ask
you for
any,
free. Yeah. They'd be like, these are our frontliners.
Yeah, exactly. Especially during these times.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this guy definitely needs a break. Let's put him in our most expensive room.
Premium room.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, free upgrade? Why not?
And this come in with those, what's it called?
Stethoscopes.
To make it seem more real.
You're checking in with this. Okay, breathe. Let me give you a free checkup right now.
It's like, can you call security? There's a guy with a stethoscope and his pants are on the ground. And it's Joshua.
And he's stepping on a 500 dirham bill that one of our guests just dropped.
Can you call building security and have this man escorted outside? So I think we can move on to our next one.
Number 3. I feel bad about saying it.
No, you can say it.
So it says, add a hair, like pull out a strand of your hair or dirt out of wherever and put it on your food. And then at a restaurant and then call the waiter or the waitress and be like, why is this on my food? So they'll get your replacement for your food and probably give you dessert after or whatever.
This is actually...
Or maybe even give it to you for free, your whole meal.
That's what, but you should make it believable. So you should eat half of the meal at least. Not too much because that gets a little suspicious. Yeah. Eat half of your meal.
Yeah.
Plant a hair or something on your meal. And then just complain like a Karen would.
Or I would say don't be a Karen because it's a little bit difficult when you're dealing with restaurant waiters and waitresses because they might spit on your food or something. You know what they say? Don't piss off the waiter or waitresses because you'll never know.
Very true.
So just be kind about it and be like, I'm so sorry, but there's a hair on my plate and I was really enjoying my food, but I can't continue eating it. And then they'll be so apologetic saying, oh, I'm so sorry, we'll replace the food. And then later on they'll be like, care for any desserts? We'll have it on the house.
I think that's when you should do it with a little bit of caution. Don't make such a big scene about it in the restaurant. Yeah. Try to play it cool. And this has actually happened to us once.
Yes.
When we were at the birthday dinner. And
guys, we didn't do it deliberately. It's not like we planted hair on it or put dirt on it.
Or did I?
Now I'm thinking.
I didn't.
But one of our friends noticed that there was, what was it? Like
a plastic.
Yeah, a plastic.
Sort of plastic, inside her meal.
And it wasn't like we were eating at McDonald's or KFC or anything like that. It was quite a good restaurant, I would say. It was quite a good restaurant. So Joshua had to call the waiter and inform him that there was something on her plate.
No, I didn't call the waiter. She called the waiter.
Okay.
But the guy was really apologetic about it.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm really sorry. I don't know how this happened. I don't think this is something which fell or maybe dropped into this dish. But he didn't leave because he was really apologetic. He's like, is there anything I can bring? But we just said, no, there's nothing. You don't need to do anything. And it's not like
she wanted to get another plate because she was like 3/4 way through her plate. She's like, I'm not going to eat another full plate of it. I'm good. And I think it made him feel even worse.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want anything in return.
But he wouldn't leave.
So he's just like, what would I'm really sorry. Don't know what to say. And then Josh swooped in and said, you know what? Surprise us.
Yeah.
Because he asked the question like, what can I do for you? Anything I can get for you? And Josh said, surprise us. And it just so happened that it was the birthday of my good friend. And then he brought us cakes.
Birthday cakes, right?
Birthday cakes.
All slices.
Yeah.
And it was really good, by the way.
Really good, yeah.
So I think they did well and they handled that situation well and gave us something to compensate for.
Even sang happy birthday for our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Arabic, I think, as well. They did.
Yes, English and Arabic.
That was so cool.
That was good. That was quick thinking from your end as well to say surprise us.
Because I felt he wanted to do something and
Yeah.
he didn't know what he could do to fix that situation.
Yeah, and it's not like we could suggest anything as well. So that was good, I would say.
Surprise us, guys. Remember that.
Surprise
Keep that in your
us.
artillery of words. Surprise me.
Number 4.
Number 4, that's me. It's ambulance tailgating. I know this might not work so much in the UAE, but there are times when I'm pretty sure all of us are stuck in traffic. Maybe the ones in Sharjah more than who live in Dubai. But a quick, surefire way to beat the traffic is if you just tailgate an ambulance or a service vehicle.
If there is one.
If there is one, take
Yeah.
advantage of that situation. I think there is a rule, I'm not too sure, but in the UAE where you can get fined for doing that.
Yeah, you told me this earlier. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Good to know. Number 5. So this one is interesting because I never thought of it this way. But apparently, and I'm not sure if this is only for iPhone users, but if you're on a phone call and someone is really annoying you, that certain person you're on a call with is really annoying you, instead of hanging up on them, as in hitting the red button to hang up, you can switch your phone to airplane mode while you're on the call. And instead of it appearing to them as call ended, it will be call... What is it called?
Failed.
Call failed. Thank you. So to them, it will seem like the connection was lost or something happened and you didn't deliberately hang up the phone on them.
See, it makes you look like you're a nice person, but at the end of the day, you aren't.
You aren't.
You just want to get rid of that call.
Exactly.
Is that why, like, whenever I try to call you, sometimes it's like called failed, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe she's in a tunnel. Maybe she's swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now it all makes sense.
because I read this like a week ago, so I'm like, you know what? Let me use this on John.
So guys, try it out. Let us know if if that ever works for you, that airplane mode instead of hanging up. And the next one is actually I think my most favorite. Is that a word? Most favorite?
Yeah.
This one I really like because it's like maybe for small business owners who own a restaurant in the UAE. All of you should set up a fake Tinder account as a woman. Pose as a woman. Put realistic pictures. Catfish a little bit. And then when you match with a guy, say, yeah, you seem really cool. Let's meet at this restaurant, which is at the end of the day, your restaurant. And you set up the date. You ask him to be there, like, let's say at 8 o'clock. He's there at 8 o'clock and then you message him saying you're running a little late. Please start ordering and give him some dishes from the menu. Say, I really love this from this restaurant. And then they just stand this guy up. And now this guy's sitting there in the restaurant with a full table of different meals and no one to share it with, and he'll eventually leave and pay the bill, and that money goes straight into your pocket. So I really like the concept of it, though.
Essentially their pocket, they have to pay bills, but still.
Yeah, but still, at least they're... So imagine if you do this every 2 hours in your restaurant.
Yeah, but imagine all of the hearts you're breaking.
That's fine. These guys will put on their big boy pants and then...
Or drop it down.
We're making too many pants jokes.
This is gonna be a recurring joke.
No, but seriously, I really liked it. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
So start just catfishing guys into your restaurant, into your own business. And
so if you were, on the other hand, if you were catfished and you go to that restaurant and you start ordering for this catfish woman and then suddenly she stands you up, what are you gonna do?
I would obviously feel bad, but I won't like dwell on it for another few days. Maybe 3-4 days and I'm over it.
Okay, there you go, restaurant owners. You're not hurting anyone. Just 3 to 4 days.
Just find me on Tinder and I'm a gullible target, I guess. But I thought it was really funny, so that's why I wanted to put it in this episode. And the next one?
Yeah.
I'll do the next one as well. So this is if you want a quick fix to get your Instagram followers up. So this is something which I've seen firsthand as well, where people would follow a lot of people. And And like, so then in turn the other person would see, oh, you got a new follower, and in turn they would follow you back. And you can do this until you get to the desired amount of followers, I would say. And maybe a month or two later, just start unfollowing them. So that way you still have all the followers, and they lost like
Increased
one person
followers,
following, and they wouldn't try, if they don't know you personally, that they wouldn't be able to pinpoint who's the one who unfollowed.
Well, there's an app for that.
What?
To see who unfollowed you.
Is there?
Yeah. There's an app for that. Second, this is actually a social media strategy of some of the wannabe influencers. Not wannabe, but on the way to becoming influencers. So what they do is that they look into, for example, there's a fitness influencer who has 1 million followers. So they'll go through...
At Joshua Dias, 28.
Like a real person who has 1 million followers, okay? They go through this certain person. Let's say I want to be a famous food blogger.
Mm-hmm.
I go into this other famous food blogger who's already hit 1 million followers, go through their followers list, start interacting with those followers either by liking their picture or following them. And then eventually they'll see your feed, and because they were already initially interested with the food blogging influencer, they might also be interested in yours. And so if they look at your profile being curious as to why did this person follow me, then they'll see your profile, they'll be like, oh, actually she has good content, or he has good content regarding food. And so I'll follow him, and then eventually you will unfollow that person, but they'll still remain that follow to you.
Okay.
But you just want to get the exposure out there that, hey, I know that you liked so-and-so because of her fitness, wellness content. I'm also doing the same. You might be interested.
Okay. So it's like playing around with people's interests in a way, luring them in, and then just abandoning them.
Exactly.
It's actually really smart.
It is a strategy.
I never heard about this.
There you
before,
go.
So
you learn new things every day.
Okay. So I'm going to have like a lot of followers tomorrow.
Yeah. So now you're going to try.
Yeah, I'm going to try when I get home.
Good luck with that. Number 8, I would say, is...
I love this one as well.
This is quite funny. So, us girls, let's say we have a crush on someone, okay? And we don't know how to approach a certain person. Again, I'm not just talking for women, can be for men as well, and vice versa. So, we really like this other person, and we don't know how to approach this other person. If you're closer to April Fool's Day, wait for April Fool's Day. And on April 1st, ask this person out. Be like, hey, I really like you. I've been seeing you a lot lately. How are you okay if I ask you out on a date? And if they start reacting negatively, like, hey, nice seeing you again, but I don't think I'm interested in you that way. Be like, haha, joke's on you, April Fool's Day.
Jokes
While
on
crying, jokes on you. If it works, it works. You get a date, right?
Right. That's
but
so
if
true.
it doesn't, you can always say April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Only con for this is you have to wait once in a year to do it.
Exactly. So write down your list of people that you want to ask out.
Exactly. Just be
And on
prepared
April
for that day.
1st, just be prepared and be like, okay, these are the man or woman I want to ask out. Let me try.
Yeah. That's actually, when I first heard about something like that, it was really good.
That saves you from the embarrassment of the other person letting you down,
Exactly.
right?
And it's a globally recognized day. So everyone will, I'm sure,
That's
get
true.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely do that.
Yeah. I see yourself doing that, Joshua. Hi, my name is Joshua. Can we go out on a date?
First of all, I'm going to be 100% more assertive.
Like how?
Yo, girl.
Yo, girl.
What's cracking?
What's
I
cracking?
noticed you notice in me. So you wanna get out of this joint and come to my place and watch Indian in the Cupboard or something?
Indian in the Cupboard. That's new.
No, you haven't heard of the movie Indian in the Cupboard?
Wait, there's a real movie?
There's a real movie called Indian in the Cupboard.
Wait, is this a scary movie?
No, it's about the red Indian, not us Indian.
Okay.
It's a very good movie though. I would recommend.
Okay.
Shout out
Sounds like
to
a
Indian
scary
in the Cupboard.
movie.
No. It's about quick update of what it is. It's a small cupboard, a box where you keep something inside it, you lock it, and you open it again, and it comes to life.
Okay, got it.
So like all action figures, all this kind of stuff people put in, comes out and it's like a real person or a real thing.
So it's a kid's movie.
It's, I would say young adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
AKA you. And it's like suitable for kids under the age of 13.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me. Okay, so after that April Fool's Day one, we have
This is very unethical.
This is something which I honestly was so close to trying though. So close. So guys, I don't know how many of you actually travel in the metro going back home, but I do. And it's always packed coming back. I mean, at least going back to my place. And it's really crowded and it's impossible for me to get a seat. So there was something which I read online as well. You can try bringing a pair of crutches with you when you enter the metro. And
So
obviously
bad.
people would feel sad and
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy must really need a seat. And obviously offer their seats and let me sit. And I would be comfortable. I just have to act and make sure that I don't like stumble and actually like just start walking normally.
Or you let other people help you up or something.
Yeah. Just like actually like take advantage of people's kindness in a way. But I would really love to try it because there was a time in office where there was a pair of crutches and I was just staring at it and I'm like, I should definitely try this.
Should I get these and go to the metro?
Yeah. And I'll just walk to the metro like holding it and then suddenly when I'm there I'm like,
Oh, hallelujah, he can walk.
praise the Lord.
Miracles
It's a
are
miracle.
done.
And then you'll see in the newspaper, a miracle at Dubai Metro. Just me like,
Speaking of Dubai Metro, I think it's the Dubai Metro anniversary yesterday, September 9.
oh, was it?
Yeah, because it started September 9, 2000 and... Is it 2009? Yeah, I think so.
9999999.
So, it was the anniversary yesterday.
So shout out to Dubai Metro.
Nice.
Trying to reduce traffic one day at a time by providing above par public transport, I would say.
Yeah. I would say excellent. I mean, compared to the New York subway.
Compared to other countries, yeah.
Or like the London Underground tube.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say. Yeah, so
really
shout
clean
out to
and good. And
RTA. So yeah, bring crutches, enjoy the metro, get a seat, read a book. Do what you gotta do.
And then crutch all the way out as well. So everyone's already walking and already outside of the metro station and you're still trying to hop away with your crutches.
Sorry.
Number 10. This will be our last
This will be the last
unethical
one?
life hack. So maybe it's not super unethical, but let's say you have an auntie.
Wait, disclaimer before Janine goes through with this. This is one that I think which made her laugh the hardest.
Yeah.
So I think you'll enjoy it, guys, and let Janine
I was
maybe
laughing
end with this.
while reading this.
Yeah, so go ahead.
You know how whenever we have family gatherings or when our families come through and because we're the millennials, we're the I would say the most techie out of the family as of this period. So they would normally ask you questions, either your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whoever. An older generation would ask you, my computer hasn't been performing well as it used to. Can you please check and make it work? And you go into the settings and instead of making it work or instead of diagnosing what's really wrong with the computer because you don't want to waste time, just increase the speed of the mouse track.
Of the cursor speed?
Of the cursor speed. And then say you fixed it. So as soon as the boomer comes in and uses their computer, they'll be like, oh, you've solved it. It's now faster than ever.
Oh man, I would love to actually see that play out though. I think our parents would fall for it so easy.
I think my parents would fall. Well, maybe not my dad, but I feel like my mom would.
I love how they would base the speed of a computer based on how fast the cursor moves.
Guys, and right before we started recording this podcast, speaking about speed, Joshua was like, I bet I'm faster at typing than you are. So he started a speed typing contest. Chose the 1-minute test and started typing away. And he's like, oh, I'm too slow. It's not my usual score just because I'm typing on an Apple and I'm not used to a MacBook. And he's like, if you give me a Windows computer, I'll be faster. I'm like, you're just giving out excuses. So I tried it again. Well, I tried it for the first time and I beat him. And then the second round, he beat me. I think he's gotten used to it.
Okay, I'll say this, guys. First of all, using a Mac is not I'm not comfortable using a Mac.
It's
I mean,
still the same
I know how
keyboard.
to use it. No, it's not.
It is.
The layout is a little bit different. I
It's
think
not.
the W and the E button is actually switched from a Windows.
No, it's not.
I'm
It's
pretty
QWERTY.
sure.
That's why it's called
Okay, we're not-
QWERTY keyboard.
I don't know what you're talking about, but there's the different definitely there's a difference in the letter structure.
Okay.
Because on Windows, like it's QWERTY, but on this Mac, I cannot find where these letters are. But yeah, Janine won fair and
Such a
square, I
liar.
must say though. But that's why we started recording this podcast late, because we got too competitive and we wanted to prove to
Who's the
ourselves who's the
fastest
faster
typer?
typer.
Yeah.
And she won.
Thank you. You also
And-
won. Come on.
Yeah, I won the second
Yeah.
round, but
Yeah.
you are a worthy opponent, I must say.
Okay.
I
thank
felt
you.
really challenged.
Great.
Like, I'm like, if I ever get a secretarial job, Janine will definitely be my competition. Like,
I will crush you
I know.
with my words per minute.
Plus, you're a woman, so
You will really be canceled after this episode. I'm just saying.
have you ever seen a male receptionist though?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I have.
I don't think I've ever seen one. I mean, I've heard of them.
Okay.
Like a mythical creature,
It's
I
like
guess.
a unicorn we're talking about. Come on.
Okay, guys, that wraps up our unethical life hacks. I hope you enjoyed it. It was much lighter than our last episode, I would say. But before we end, what we usually do is we give out handy advice. And
So for me, my handy advice is that if you're not sure if your life hack is unethical or not, just be self-aware of what your thought process is. So if you're asking yourself again, should I do it or should I not? Then maybe and most likely it will be unethical.
yeah,
So just steer clear from it, steer away from it, and keep a clear conscience. Be a good citizen. Wash your hands. Don't cut lines.
don't pull your pants down in public.
Don't stomp on 500 dirham bills. And fix your auntie's computer in the correct manner.
Yeah, show the boomers how the millennials are gonna take over the world sooner or later. Dun dun dun.
Good luck.
But it's
seriously.
actually really, really sound advice, I would say. If you take too long to make a decision,
Yeah.
I think that means it's not the best decision for you at the end of the day. Do what makes you happy, do what feels right, but at the same time, make sure that no other party or anyone is in danger or risk of you making such decisions.
Yeah. Agreed. So on that note, guys, thank you so much for listening through our unethical life hacks. Again, it's up to you if you want to do it or not. Please do not quote us for any of this. If you get caught, don't say, oh, I heard it from Half a Nice Day show and I'm going to do it.
We will not come to court and protect you.
We won't.
We are busy people.
Yeah, we won't be with you guys. This time around, we're not going to be supportive about it. So if you're thinking twice about it, just don't do it.
Don't.
Don't do it, especially in the UAE.
But if you have the balls to do it and you actually do it successfully, we would love to hear it.
Let us hear your unethical life hacks.
Yeah.
And let us know if there's anything that you've done that you deem is unethical.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love to highlight it on our social media account, which is Half a Nice Day Podcast. So follow us there, DM us, slide into our DMs, or even comment on our posts to let us know of anything. If you have a comment, if you just want to keep in touch, if you want to ask us another question like what we just answered in episode 4, and we'll be able to, we'll at least try our best to give out sound advice to those who are listening. And if you want to send us an email, you can send it to halfanicedayshow@gmail.com. Please don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. We're really thankful for those who have already left comments on our Apple Podcast account. We've seen a couple of ratings come in the past few days. We're really, really thankful for all of your support, guys, because without that, we won't be able to hit the top charts of the podcasts in Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much. And I think that's it for today.
Another
That's it for this
episode.
week. Episode number 5, guys.
Yeah.
We have 3 more to go before we
Before we decide
end
if
up.
we're gonna take this further.
Yes.
But so far, so good. Thank you from my side as well, guys. We did reach a huge milestone this week where we were on the top charts of the Apple Podcast charts.
How many charts in one sentence?
That's me. But yeah, but a really heartfelt thank you to everyone who listens and rates us and subscribes and tells their friends about this podcast. Really means a lot to Janine and myself.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
I like you as a friend, guys.
I love you. It's okay. So on that note, have a nice day.
Where are my pants?